Hello, my name is Cynthia and I'll be your presenter. Today we will be exploring the topic of mother-to-child transmission, it's abbreviated MTCT, of HIV in South Africa. If you don't know, HIV is a huge problem in South Africa. Approximately 7 million people are living with HIV. Worldwide, South Africa has one of the largest populations living with HIV. As a country, South Africa spends about $1.5 billion on HIV/AIDS medications for its population. In 2000, Thabo Mbeki was president, and he argued that HIV is a cause of AIDS. In 2001, the government refused to change policies regarding the relationship between HIV and AIDS. Later in 2003, the Ministry of Health refused treatment for HIV-infected individuals, even though international companies offered their help. Infected individuals would receive treatment for an infection, not antiretrovirals. It was suggested that eating foods like olive oil, lemon, and garlic would cure the disease. Finally, when Jacob Zuma won presidency, he seized the political culture of denialism. Women ages 15 to 24 are most affected by HIV. This is a time where most women get pregnant. It is extremely important for pregnant mothers to seek treatment because mother-to-child transmission of HIV is the most common way young children contract the virus. HIV is passed from mother to unborn baby during pregnancy, birth, or breastfeeding. There are many programs that exist for people who are living with HIV/AIDS, but there are also specific programs that are implemented to help women with HIV through their pregnancy. There's a national program called PMTCT, and that stands for Prevention of Mother-to-Child Transmission. That program has existed since 2002. There is another program that is called Mother-to-Mother. Their abbreviation is M2M. Their focus is to have mothers help other mothers. They train and employ local mothers living with HIV to act as a frontline healthcare worker. This means that they provide essential health education on how mothers can protect their babies from HIV. They also help mothers and families stay healthy. Building these relationships are essential because they allow families and mothers to overcome their fears of stigma and start living a healthy life. There are many medications in South Africa to treat HIV/AIDS. The general name for them is antiretroviral treatment, or ART. The most common ones used with pregnant women are Soctrin, 3-TC, and Neprevin. Some of these drugs also have side effects such as confusion, nightmares, and fatigue. Other ARTSs can also be given to mothers. Another important thing to know about HIV is to know how far along the infection is. This is determined by a person's CD4 count. CD4 is a cell that fights the infection. These cells are attacked by HIV. Usually when a person's CD4 count is low, it means that HIV is starting to advance. Once an infected person has a CD4 of 500, they are allowed to start the ARTSs. When a mother becomes part of the PMTCT program, they are cared for before pregnancy, during labor, and delivery. And they are also given postnatal care. When a mother goes into a clinic, she is offered a routine HIV counseling and testing. It is important for the mother to know that the results are confidential. All HIV-positive pregnant or breastfeeding women qualify for ARTS. ARTSs will reduce the risk of HIV transmission to the baby and protect the mother's health during and after the pregnancy. ARTSs should be taken as soon as possible after the diagnosis, usually within 7 days. If a mother wants to have a natural birth, it is crucial that she continue taking her ARTS medications. It will reduce the risk of her baby getting infected. Complications such as prolonged bleeding, instruments being used to assist in delivery, and premature birth put the baby at risk. Mothers can also schedule a C-section to deliver the baby. Once again, the mother faces a difficult decision. She must choose whether to breastfeed or use formula. Most mothers don't know that the transmission of HIV can happen through breastfeeding. If the mother chooses to breastfeed, it is recommended that it only be the first 6 months of the child's life. After 6 months, the baby should be introduced to solid foods. A mother on YouTube that is part of Mother to Mother talks about breastfeeding. If a mother is taking her medications on time, eating healthy, and her baby is taking Nevirapine, there shouldn't be a problem. Mothers who are uneducated or afraid of giving their baby HIV might choose to go with formula. If the mother chooses to use formula, she must make sure that she has access to clean water. Infants are particularly vulnerable to HIV transmission. They are often at risk for being forced into sex, having sex in exchange for support, and typically becoming sexually active earlier than other children. They are also unable to continue their education if they constantly have to worry about where they are going to sleep and where their next meal is coming from. The idea of PMTCT is amazing because it is free for mothers and children. What is more important is how accessible these clinics are to mothers. In a study conducted by Donald Skinner and his colleagues explained how poor roads, undeveloped transportation, and poor telecommunications typically cause a problem for families. Families also have fewer resources for travel and mostly live long distances from the clinic. Accessing emergency transportation is especially difficult and expensive. Poor infrastructure also means that families do not have access to clean water, which complicates the use of infant formula. It seems that socioeconomic status can act as a barrier to accessibility to treatment. In 2015, more than 95% of HIV-positive pregnant women receive antiretroviral medication to reduce the risk of mother-to-child transmission. As a result, MTCT of HIV in South Africa has fallen to 1.5%. All in all, mother-to-child transmission of HIV is going down, and HIV-pregnant mothers are able to educate themselves and give birth to HIV-free babies.